Arcadia Valley in the black uniforms. They've got the golden numbers and letters with the white outline and white stripes down the sides. For Central, they're in the white uniforms with the red, white, and silver stripes down the side. Sydney Skaggs is going to jump it up for Central, and for Arcadia Valley, it'll be, who is that? Trying to find out who that is, and that is Kristen Williams. AV moves it right to left as I look at and describe the action to you. That means Central, of course, left to right. Skaggs wins the toss. Jones has the ball, and we're underway. Right wing pass, Jensen Uding. The pretty good deep Lady Rebels squad. Now Arcadia Valley will run some numbers at you as well. Olivia Casey throws over the top to Uding. Uding looks for the dribble drive and looks to play the ball inside, but is tapped away by Kristen Williams. And now Anna Thomas bringing it across the timeline. Thomas hands to Buffington, the point guard. Buffington dribbling it out at half court, says, come and help me. Briar Johnson obliges. The 5'8" freshman pops out to grab a hold. 2-3 zone played by Central. They're going to stretch it out as much as they can. AV throws up a early, long three-point shot from Johnson. Missed it, and we're going the other way. Here's Jones playing it over to Uding. Back to Jones. High post to Sydney Skaggs. Sydney looks high-low to Megan. The ball tapped out by some good AV defense. AV at the 2-3 zone as well. Jones over to the right wing. A covered-up three ball by Uding, and she misses this one. That one's an air ball. Diving out of bounds. Johnson saves it into a teammate, Kristen Williams. She's on the run. Pushes it over to Thomas. Anna sliding into the stands as she tried to save it back in. Couldn't do it. Thanks so much for joining us tonight on J98. MyMoInfo.com or J98 Web TV. You can watch all the games today on J98 Web TV at MyMoInfo.com. Jack Sadler, our video coordinator. Here's a baseball pass up the floor, intended for Sydney Skaggs, instead ripped off by Briar Johnson. Briar driving it 1-on-3, kicks it out to Anna Thomas. Her three-pointer's long. AV grabs a hold of the rebound. That's Savannah Price. She attacks the rack and scores it. First score of the game, and a 2-0 lead for Arcadia Valley. Good work by Megan Skaggs, setting up deep. Misses the first, grabs the rebound, sends it out to Jones. Mackenzie Jones misses the 18-footer straight on, and a nice box out that time by Buffington. Grabs the rebound as she plays it up the floor, stolen away by Sydney Skaggs. Jones driving it one-on-one, right side layup, missed it long. Airballed that layup. Thomas holds the rebound, and Thomas lobs it over to Buffington on the left side. Buffington looking for the entry pass, and it's slapped out of bounds, and a foul on Central. A 2-0 lead for Arcadia Valley. Savannah Price with the offensive rebound and the stick back, and 2 minutes in, the Central Lady Rebels are yet to score. Central unbeaten at 9-0. Briar Johnson off the inbound. This is the 15-footer from the left baseline, and now Sydney Skaggs running the floor, and she gets the layup to fall. Sydney leading this team in scoring at 17 points per contest. She averages nearly a double-double, leads them in scoring, rebounding, and would you believe she leads them in assists, too, at 5 a game. She's one of those stat sheet stuffers, and now she nearly steals it. It's kicked out of bounds. It's off of Sydney, and AV has it on the offensive set. So 5:43 remaining in our first quarter, and we're tied at 2. Not a lot of scoring going on yet. The defenses have dominated, but we're in the early going. Arcadia Valley gets the basketball into Briar Johnson. Briar waves it left wing to Buffington. Dangerous pass to Anna Thomas, nearly stolen, and then Anna squeezes it through to Johnson. Now a bouncer up at the top to Buffington. A bullet pass down underneath. Great look by Buffington to Price, and as Price stepped in to take the shot underneath, she is fouled. Whistle goes on Mackenzie Jones. For Price, she couldn't get it to fall, but she's going to the free throw line for a pair. Savannah's got the only score in the game for Arcadia Valley, and looking for point number 3 right here. Hefts it up and finds the range. Savannah Price has 3 points. A 61% foul shooter on the year. Price back to the stripe. Second of the 2-shot foul shot. 5:28 remaining in this first quarter, and she misses that one. So a 3-2 lead. Savannah Price has the 3 points for AV. A lob to Megan Skaggs. Megan in traffic, forces it up and fouled, so she'll go to the free throw line. Megan Skaggs shooting 70% from the free throw line this year. A foul whistled on Kristen Williams, her first. And Megan Skaggs to the free throw line, scored 14 in that semifinal win over St. John, and rattles this one home. Megan's got her first score. Megan averaging 11 points on the year and 6 rebounds. She plays a good number 4 usually, with Sydney Skaggs. Her older sister is the 5. And Megan tosses this one through. 2 for 2 on the exchange, and a 4-3 lead for Central as Peyton Caldwell checks in. Caldwell, the defensive demon. 4 steals a game for Peyton Caldwell, and there you go. She just stole it, assists Sydney Skaggs, and she lays it in. So on cue, Caldwell, enter, steal, assist, bucket. 6-3 lead for the Central Lady Rebels. At the free throw line, Sydney Skaggs trying to complete the 3-point play. Sydney Skaggs does so many things well. Free throws is one of them. An 81% shooter from the line. That whistle goes against Buffington, her first. And Sydney to the free throw line looking for the conventional 3-point play, and she connects. Sydney Skaggs has 5. A 7-3 lead for Central, and a quick steal by Jones. Sydney Skaggs, middle of the lane, forces one up and in. Boy, they come in bunches, don't they, for the Central Lady Rebels? A 9-3 lead for the Rebels. And now the front line of that press is broken, but a steal in the backcourt by Olivia Casey. It's not just the front wave of that full court press, it's the whole dodgum thing. And now Thomas trying to steal it. She tapped it once and tapped it twice, but Central clears it to Jones. Jones wraps it around to Casey. Casey for 3, missed it short. A battle for the rebound, and it's won by Savannah Price for Arcadia Valley. Price finds Buffington. Buffington pushing it into the forecourt. Casey held her ground, and the ball gets stuck where the rim meets the backboard. And nobody, I bet Sydney Skaggs could jump up there and get it. In fact, that's what Josh Mapes just told her. He said, jump up there and get that, Sydney. She says, I'm not doing it. So they'll bring another basketball out, throw it up there, and the alternate possession keeps it with Arcadia Valley. I would not be surprised if Sydney could go up there and pull that off the backboard. Buffington to put it in play. Plays it right of the or left of the basket to Briar Johnson. Back to Buffington. Ball deflected up to Anna Thomas at the head of the circle. Anna looking for a drive. Spins a 360 over to the left wing. Buffington calls out play number 3. And Tiger fans are hoping it yields that many points. A bouncer intended to go to the right corner, but picked off by Olivia Casey. Casey hands it over to Jones. Jones at the head of the circle to the right wing. Caldwell working over to the left side. Ball in the hands of Casey. Head of the circle, Jones. Looks for the entry pass to Skaggs, and the reach that time. Savannah Price, the closest one to it. And that's who the whistle for it. Price gets her first personal. Tried to reach through and poke at the basketball rather than moving the feet and getting in good position. Casey to put the ball in play. Her 4 teammates form a box around the lane. Casey calls out the play, lobs for Skaggs, deep left corner. Halfway through the first quarter of play, a lob here for Sydney. She's got it mid-post, sails toward the goal, and lips it in. Sydney Skaggs has 9, and she herself has outscored Arcadia Valley 9-3 over the first 4 minutes of this one. Sydney Skaggs is on a 72-point scoring clip. I don't think she'll get it, but after we saw 41 earlier today, who knows? 3:37 remaining here in the first quarter. 11-3 the score. And Sydney Skaggs dominating here early on. It's Central basketball. Arcadia Valley going to lay back in a 3-2 zone here. And Mackenzie Jones running the point for the Lady Rebels. Uding took some steps and gives it back over to Arcadia Valley. 3:31 remaining here in this first quarter. And an 11-3 lead for Central as Abigail Fishback, or Abby Fishback, checks in. So Fishback on the floor along with Caldwell. And now a drive by Megan Williams in the ball game for the first time. Pitches it right of the lane. Shot won't fall. Skaggs grabs a hold of the rebound. Up the floor we go. Central gets it there quickly. It's Caldwell inside Skaggs. Kick it out. That's Jones. Her three-pointer missed. Battle for the board. It's on the deck. Picked up by Buffington. Outlet pass to Williams. Williams has a 2-on-1. Takes it in solo. Hanks it off the backboard. Couldn't hit the shot. But she is fouled. Then she'll go to the free throw line. It's something that Central does, too. Central's so good at just the nuances of the game. If they ever get out on the fast break, and they do quite often, they'll spread immediately. And that way, one defender can't guard 2 players. They run their lanes very well on the break. Free throw popped through by Williams, and Megan has her first point. That was the second foul on Mackenzie Jones. So the starting point guard for Central forced to the bench 5 minutes in. In foul trouble, Williams gets her second free throw. 3 minutes on this first quarter clock, 11-5. The Central Lady Rebels lead. Toss it along that half-court stripe. Caldwell skips a pass down underneath, and what a pass to Tristan Jordan. Jordan grabbed it, took one little baby step and said, you know what, I'm wide open. All I got to do is score from here, and she does. 13-5, an 8-point differential in favor of Central. And another quick turnover by AV. Tossed it out of bounds, and Central's got it back. So in the ball game now for Central, it's Jordan Uding, Casey, Megan Skaggs, and Abby Fishbeck. A bouncer intended for Fishbeck. Send it outside. Casey's got a wide open triple and just set it a little long. Megan dives out of bounds, saves it back in. That's to Uding. Jensen head of the circle. 2.5 to go here in the first frame. Over to the right side. Jordan's outside of the arc. Looks to drive along the baseline. Cut off there. Skips the pass to Casey. Casey considered the three, then turned it down, drove it, stops, fires, missed. Backside rebound, and Megan Skaggs puts it in. She's got her first field goal, and she's got 4. And the sisters Skaggs with 13. 15-5 is the score as Central is on top by double digits. But a nice break that time by Arcadia Valley as they did break not only the front line of the press, but took it the whole way with some nice passing. And Megan Williams gets the layup on the other end. So Central going to work with it in the half court here. Double team on Uding. Fires over the top. That's to Casey. Casey looks for Megan Skaggs in the high post, but pass was offline and taken away by Arcadia Valley. Buffington pushing it up the floor now. Buffington taking it down to the baseline and hoops it in. Great play by Buffington. Got by 3 defenders. Stopped, turned, fired. It's counted. And a 15-9 lead for Central here. They've got a 3-on-2 brewing and a bouncer intended for Megan Skaggs, and a little bit of sloppy passing right now by these Lady Rebels. You don't see that very often, but AV returns the favor as the pass is well out in front of Anna Thomas that time. Brianna Seaton checking in for Central. Seaton in and Jordan out. Seaton is a 5'7" freshman. You look up and down this roster for Central, too. They're a tremendous ball club, and Fishbeck the only senior on that roster. 1 minute, 20 seconds remaining, and the same can be said for Arcadia Valley, by the way. They only have Brooke Bentz as a senior. Fishbeck, deep left corner, pushes a pass to the top. That's to Uding, over to the right wing. Seaton's got it, skips it to Casey. Casey bluffed on the 3, works it to Uding. Uding can shoot that 3. Here it comes, but there it didn't go down, and Megan Williams grabs a hold of the rebound. Williams turns and races it up the floor. Buffington head of the circle. Nice feed to Williams. Williams gets to the middle, missed it. Fishbeck has the rebound, throws the outlet to Uding. 50 seconds remaining in the first quarter and a 15-9 lead for Central. Seaton's got it on the right wing, skips it over to Casey. Casey fires up a 3, missed it long. Rebound corralled by Megan Williams. 37 seconds on the first quarter clock. It was 15-5 at one point. Central had a double-digit lead, but it's 15-9 right now with a half a minute to go. And Arcadia Valley has a chance to cut the lead to 4 and maybe 3 points if they turn it over. Ball intercepted by Seaton with 20 seconds to go. And then she threw it away. Buffington grabs a hold. Buffington has a one-on-one right at the basket. Crossover move. Count that shot by Buffington. Terrific play. The defense turning it into some offense. 4-point game. 15-11. Left wing Casey, 5 seconds left. Launches a 3. Short. Rebound fought for. And the first quarter expires. We've got a game. Central 15. Arcadia Valley 11. And we're back with your second quarter after this 1-minute timeout on J98.
Choosing the right lawyer can be a daunting task. John Williams and Bryce Seacrest and Joseph Murray, attorneys at law, bring over 35 years' experience to the table. They offer a wide range of legal services such as general trial, felonies, wills, bankruptcy, divorce, paternity, trust, and probate. Call 573-431-5592 or stop by the law offices of John Williams, Bryce Seacrest, and Joseph Murray, attorneys at law on Science Street next to Central High School. 431-5592. Southeast Missouri Behavioral Health is an integrated co-occurring mental health and substance abuse service provider with offices throughout the region. Southeast Missouri Behavioral Health can help if you are worried that someone you love might have a mental or substance abuse problem and you don't know what to do. Southeast Missouri Behavioral Health is accredited by the Commission on the Accreditation for Rehabilitation Facilities. Go to cmobh.org for free confidential online screenings or call 1-800-455-5749. That's 800-455-5749.
15-11, and Central by 4, but Central was up by 10, and AV made a nice push to close that first quarter. Peyton Caldwell in to run the point. Mackenzie Jones is out with 2 personal fouls. She caught those just 3 minutes into the game. So Caldwell on the left wing doesn't want the 3 right there. Skips it over to Casey. Casey's had 3 good looks at threes, but hasn't been able to knock one down yet. And that time, Jordan considered one, though, but skip pass popped out of bounds. Briar Johnson got in the passing lane. Arcadia Valley playing tough right here. And they had a run put on them in that first quarter, but they didn't rattle. Really one of the keys when you play a swarming team like Central who can put runs on you is you don't get rattled. You survive that stuff, and you keep on pushing. Straight on. That's Jordan. Doesn't want the shot there to Casey on the left wing. Megan Skaggs in the high post. Sydney in the low post. Sydney begging for the basketball. They won't throw it to her, though. Of course, she's being surrounded by Tigers, and now the entry pass is intercepted by Megan Williams. 7 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in our first half of play. 15-11 the score. Arcadia Valley basketball. They look low high that time. Megan Williams has it on the right wing to Anna Thomas in between the circles. Thomas playing catch with Williams over there. Williams going to take it outside, 30 feet away. Watched there by Jordan on that extended zone defense. It's a 2-3, but they like to try to get to those shooters outside. Down to the left corner, Kristen Williams has it. Sends it back to the top to Megan Williams. Megan drives, stops, fires, and the 12-footer rolls through. Megan Williams has half a dozen, and we've got a 2-point game. 15-13, Central on top. It's an 8-0 push by Arcadia Valley. 6:41 remaining before the end of the first half, and Josh Mapes says, you know what, 2 fouls or not, Mackenzie Jones, get back in there.
How about these Lady Tigers hanging in this game, huh?
Fighting, you know, and the thing is, Central put a run on them, and they didn't rattle. They were down 10, says, let's keep playing. Now, one of the factors, Mackenzie Jones got 2 quick fouls. So she hasn't been in for the majority of this one, but Coach Mapes sends her back in now. Over to the left wing, Casey. Central not shooting particularly well. They've got several good looks at threes, haven't been able to knock them down. And now a skip pass over to the right side. Uding drives right baseline, slips it over to Sydney Skaggs, and she is fouled. Now, Sydney had outscored AV most of the first quarter, but then she went over to the bench and took a rest and got Jones and Sydney Skaggs on the bench, and AV made a nice push. Second foul now on Savannah Price. Sydney Skaggs to the free throw line. 4 minutes in, Sydney Skaggs was on a 72-point clip, but that trailed off after she went to the bench.
That happens. By the way, Jordan Ankrum for Farmington will kind of same as yesterday. He'll see how it feels.
Game time decision.
Yeah. I guess he'll be the one making the decision.
Right. Second foul shot for Skaggs goes through. She's in double figures already with 10. Farmington Knights, by the way, won over Central yesterday without their best player, Jordan Ankrum, and they were terrific. Great game for the Knights. Now AV's on the run. Great job by AV to break that pressure. I think they called a travel right there, though.
Oh, man. Well, I was about to say, you know, Coach Waddell told you, we're going to run with them.
Yeah.
And I thought that was going to close the gap to 1, but the travel was called.
And they've turned it over a few times, but they've also had a few layups breaking that pressure. And now they put on a spot press here. Megan Skaggs breaks it up to Sydney. Jensen Uding wide open underneath, couldn't find her.
Wide open.
Out of the left wing, Jensen Uding. They'll work it to Casey on the left wing. Looked at the 3, slides inside, shoots it up, missed it. Rebound Sydney Skaggs. She's in some traffic, throws it out front to Uding. Jones calls for it. They'll get it to her there, and 3 in the lane on Sydney.
Seemed like Jensen Uding that time passed open look for 3. I thought she was going to take that.
They missed several threes. I wonder if they're... Nah, they won't be gun shy.
They don't know how.
Silly of me even to think of that.
They don't know how to be gun shy.
They'll keep putting it in the air. Well, we're 2 minutes gone in the second quarter, and in 16-13 game. Central by 3. And now the ball tapped away. Megan Skaggs got a mid on it. Sydney, the trailer, they'll lob it to her on the run. Off the window, missed it. She was pushed out just a little bit from that normal layup position, and the defense got her just enough away from the bucket that she missed it. And then the rebound tapped out and off of Central. Sydney going to set a spell here. Take a little rest. A little bit of sickness going through the Rebels team. Caldwell didn't get the start because she was a little sick, but she made a good impact once she got in. Now Jones picks it off, and the pass intended for Uding is kicked out of bounds by Megan Williams.
Usually it's Central making opposing coaches sick, and now they're getting an illness.
Yeah. Did Dan Johnson recap his halftime speech to you?
He said what he said was, and they'll hear it later on, but he said, well, it wasn't my halftime speech, but really I need to do a better job on my pregame speech.
Either way, it worked out for them.
He didn't like the slow start.
Jones misses the three from the right wing. It's a one and done as Megan Williams picks off the backside rebound, fires it to Buffington, back to Megan, right wing. Looking underneath, nobody home right there. And work it back out to Buffington, slashes through the middle, hooks it up, missed it off the front of the iron. Rebound tapped around, Megan Skaggs grabs a hold, hands it over to Jones. Jones drives in, stops, fires from 10 feet out. That's a bullseye. Mackenzie Jones on the board for the first time. She's got 2. Started out well in this tournament, scored 17 against South Iron, and then a 6-point outing, 4 in the semifinal win over St. Genevieve. But they get production up and down the roster. 18-13, 5-point lead for Central. 4:45 remaining in this first half, and a ball squirts free right underneath, low for Williams, and all she has to do is step in and score, and that's what she does. 18-15, the 3-point lead for Central. Over to the left wing, Olivia Casey. Here comes another try at a 3, and the 4th time's the charm. That time she was as far back as she's been on any of them. Ring it up for Casey, and a 6-point lead now for Central, 21-15. A bullet pass down and intended for Kristen Williams, but the ball deflected out of bounds, and Sydney Skaggs checked back in for Fishbeck, and quickly up and off the bench, Peyton Caldwell's back in, Tristan Jordan running in. Josh Mapes has numbers over there as well. 21-15, 6-point edge for Central. 4:20 remaining before the half. I am kind of excited to hear from Dan Johnson at halftime. And Mike Harlow, be kind of interesting to see what he says, too. Anna Thomas pulls up, right elbow, count that one.
Coach
and Anna's on the board for the first time.
He wasn't in the best of moods after that one.
Imagine not.
Rightfully so.
You should have got his interview at halftime, Glenn.
Yeah.
He'd have been pretty chipper. Now a lob to Sydney Skaggs. And Sydney takes one power dribble, gets a good angle, and scores it. She's got 12. She's got over half of her team's points, and then Sydney reaches up to try to block the shot of Johnson and fouled her. The lead one on Sydney.
The biggest lead for the Central boys in that one was 17 points.
Okay.
Coach Harlow filled me in. I thought it was 16, but it was actually 17. They lost it and lost the game.
At the line shooting. First free throw by Johnson off the lip of the iron. Is a 50% free throw shooter, so by the numbers, she makes this one. Josh Mapes sends 4 fresh ones in. Except we're gonna tire you out one way or another. So the second free throw by Johnson, told you. 1 for 2. 23-18, the lead is 5 for Central. Jones tippy-toes across the timeline, throws a bad pass. That's intercepted by Johnson. Read her like a book. Breyer down the floor, slams it off the backboard, wouldn't go. Anna Thomas grabs the rebound, lays it up but not in. Now, Anna Thomas is one that won't get tired. All-stater in cross-country.
Yeah, I was going to say, she's got that cross-country pedigree to her.
She'll be just fine. Anna Thomas launches a 3. Air ball. Somebody might have got a piece of it. Uding might have got a piece of that thing. Now Jones runs it down the floor, turns around, fires it out. Megan Skaggs for 3. Not often does she do this one, and missed it. Fishbeck with a powerful rebound and puts it in. Great play by Fishbeck. On the board for the first time and at the free throw line looking for the 3-point play.
The 3-point play, they did it when you played basketball.
That's right. There was this guy. Actually, I think they came out with a 3-point shot when I was a freshman or sophomore in Kansas. But I always remember this guy growing up when I used to watch our high school team play. Fishbeck nails it. She's got the 3-point play. He was a dead eye from the corner. And I always remember if they'd had the 3 when he played. Yeah. Of course, all the old timers say that. If they'd had the 3 when I played. And now the runner from the right side, Breyer Johnson, missed it, and then it's tapped out of bounds and back to Central. Did you ever notice the old guys could always shoot from outside? Because then they can always say, if they'd had the 3, I'd have scored 1,000 points.
If ifs and buts were candy and nuts, right?
Yep, we'd all have a Merry Christmas, which I did, so maybe they are. Dandy Don Meredith used to say that all of the time. Fishbeck once again. Abigail Fishbeck going to work underneath. She's got 5. So 1 6-footer subs out. What do? Look down the bench, bring in the next 6-footer if you're Josh Mapes. 28-18, and the margin is stretched to 10 once again. Central led 15-5, up by 10, and now they lead 28-18, up by 10.
They can get on you in a hurry.
And now they're going to do a little run and jump, and that was effective. Man, they mix defenses so well, too. That ball handler comes across half court, you send the Sharks, and they throw it away. 28-18, Central by 10, 2:54 remaining in this first half. Uding comes over to grab it. Jones will play off the ball, right wing, lob it to her. Thought about the open three, turned it down. And back to Uding. They're going to try it again. Jones, wide open three. Nope, just a little bit short. Battle for the board, out of bounds, off of Megan Skaggs, back to Arcadia Valley. 2:35 remaining in this first half. Olivia Casey off the bench. And here comes Tristan Jordan. Jones and Caldwell will set a spell. They'll go with the three-quarter court trap right here. And in the backcourt, Buffington. Buffington to Thomas. Thomas looks back to Buffington, now across the timeline to Megan Williams. Megan Williams plays it into the forecourt. That's to Kristen Williams. And, you know, AV has had about 4 of those turnovers where they're not steals, they're not travels. You just throw it away. You just throw it out of bounds, and that's what that defense can do to you. Just scramble you up. Jones is back in. Over to Casey, left side, outside of the arc, to Megan Skaggs. Megan a bouncer to Uding on the right wing. Running the baseline is Casey. They'll find her in the right corner. Casey to Fishbeck. Fishbeck squares, fires, and maybe this is her game. She's got 7 and looks really sharp right now. Well, the starting centers. You just take a look at the number 5 position. Skaggs with 12. Fishbeck with 7. So the starting centers for the Lady Rebels, or not the starting centers, the 2 centers, first and second teamer, have outscored AV by a point. 1:48 remaining in this first half. Fishbeck blocks the shot of Johnson. We're going the other way. Here's Jones with 1:40 remaining in the second quarter. Left wing Casey. Thought about the 3. Lobs it into Fishbeck. Fishbeck turns, fires, missed it, and a foul on the rebound. The first time Fishbeck has missed.
Now they keep going to that Fishbeck well, and she's been, giving them positive rewards out of it. Missed that time, but in traffic, she's been very good. I've been liking watching her play. She comes off the bench most nights for Coach Mapes, but she's excellent.
She's got to just be playing with a free mind. Come off the bench. She's already going to college to play volleyball. Yep. Go out and have fun. 1:30 remaining in the first half, and now another turnover. Megan Skaggs rips this away. I like that phrase, by the way, the Fishbeck Well. Sounds like a real place. 1:21 remaining in the first half. 30-18, a 12-point lead for the Central Lady Rebels. A timeout on the floor, and we'll take it with them. We're back after this 30-second pause on J98.
Who loves sports as much as you do? Megasport shares your love of sports. Not just one sport, but all sports. And because they know sports, they carry the brands and items you need to get your game on. From shoes to apparel and equipment to team uniforms and names like Nike, Under Armour, Easton, Louisville Slugger, Mizuno, Rawlings, and more. So when you're in the game, remember Megasports in Farmington, in the field or on the field. It's Megasports.
Get your game on.
Getting our game on. 30-18, it's a 12-point lead for Central. Largest lead of the game. 30-18. 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining in this first half. Mackenzie Jones straight on at the head of the circle. Drives, stops, fires. A little bit long rebound, tap back out. Jensen Uding recovers. And they work it over to Casey on the left wing. Wanted the skip pass underneath, wasn't available. Now they're going to try to create an angle to Megan Skaggs, and the defense just too good. But the loose ball taken back by Central. Olivia Casey powers in, misses the shot. Jones has it, works it back out to Uding. Back to the left wing, that's to Casey. Casey looking inside, nobody home. Back to Jones, 45 seconds left, first half. Ball tapped into the backcourt by Thomas. Jones retrieves. Jones driving, lobbing, and the ball tapped away by AV. Great defensive set by Arcadia Valley. They tapped it away twice, thwarted the score, and finally got it back. And now a foul whistled against Central. And we'll come down, and AV will have a chance to shoot with the clock stopped.
You said it, that defensive set right there with so many opportunities to score for Central, not to allow them to score as we approach halftime like that, and then go and shoot on the other side after getting fouled. That's big.
Good work. So to the free throw line is Briar Johnson. Just a freshman, and she is a good one. Briar averaging over 9 points a game this freshman campaign. She's got 2 so far tonight, but she's scored in double figures each of the tournament games, turning in 16 and 10. Now 3 of 4 from the line as she knocks that one down, and the margin is 10, 30-20. Half a minute remaining in this first half. Down to the left corner, that's to Casey. Olivia Casey to the free throw line, turnaround jumper, Fishbeck. Why not? 15-footer by Abby Fishbeck. Turn, fire, score it. 18 seconds left, first half, 32-20. Margin is 12, matching the largest of the game here for Central. It's Buffington working at right wing, Williams. And now to Thomas, runner from 14. How'd she do that? What a shot by Thomas. She's got 4. Jones at the buzzer for 3, missed it. We're going to the locker room, and Central goes there with a 10-point advantage. We're in the title game of the Central Christmas Tournament, and it's the host team, the Central Lady Rebels, leading it by 10, 32-22 over the number 2 seed, Arcadia Valley. Second half underway now, and Arcadia Valley puts the ball in play. The Tigers will have the first possession. They'll move it left to right here in the second half, and Central will push it to right to left as I look at and describe the action to you. So AV has it, but they've got a 10-point deficit they're working on right here. AV, the number 2 seed, and Central, the number 1 seed in this tournament. Buffington bounces it up top for Thomas. Thomas to the free throw line. That's to Kristen Williams. Kristen does a nice job feeding Briar Johnson on the cut from the left baseline, but she lost the ball and gives it back over to Central. Over to the right wing, Jensen Uding looks underneath, but that AV defense collapsing around Megan Skaggs. Out of the top of the key, here's Mackenzie Jones. Jones over to the right wing, Uding once again. Sydney Skaggs comes over, works it high-low to Megan, who touched it last, AV. That's a nice play when they sneak Sydney over there. The sisters work the high-low pretty well. In fact, they work the block-to-block passing pretty well, too. Well, and I guess they can score on their own quite nicely, too. I guess they have a lot of nice combinations there, huh? Here's Jones, right wing, way out, 30 feet, and now to the free throw line, Sydney Skaggs. To the left wing, Casey's inside of the arc, 15-footer wouldn't go, too long. Battle for the board, won by Arcadia Valley. Nice fight by Savannah Price right there to grab a hold. Left wing, Anna Thomas, steps, fires, that's to Buffington at half court. Buffington watched by Jensen Uding. Jensen fouled her. For Uding, that's her first foul of the second half on either side. 32-22. Largest lead for Central has been 12. They've held that on a couple of occasions. Last time it was 32-20. And then AV was able to score the final bucket of the first half. Entry pass stolen away by Sydney Skaggs. Hands it off to Jones. Jones looking left. She finds Casey there. High post. Here's Megan Skaggs, and Megan works it back out front to Jones. 2-3 zone from Arcadia Valley. Right side pass tapped out of bounds by Buffington. 6:20 on this third quarter clock. Coming up next, the boys championship game. South Iron, Farmington. That'll be fun. Uding looking down to the corner. Nobody home there. She just plays it into the backcourt to Casey. 6:15 remaining in the third. 32-22. Central lead, Central ball. Uding looks to the right baseline. That's Sydney Skaggs. Skip pass up top. Jones unleashes a 3. Missed it. Long rebound. Loose ball. Uding dives on it to the middle. Megan Skaggs floats inside, misses the shots, and then fouls. Good positioning that time by Savannah Price. And after Megan missed it, she reached over where Savannah was and tried to rip it away, but caught her on the arm. 2 minutes gone, third frame, 32-22. And Central puts on the full court press right here. In the backcourt, that was Johnson. Briar to Buffington, back to Johnson on the right high wing outside of the arc, and then out to half court and Buffington. Buffington and Johnson playing catch. Johnson on the right wing, down to the right corner, finds Savannah Price. Savannah skips it over to the left wing, Buffington. Buffington looking for an alley to drive down, does so, gets inside and rattled it off the window and the rim, and then it just bounced out. Sydney Skaggs rips the rebound down. Jones to Uding on the right wing. Sydney calling for it on the high post right side, doesn't go to her there, and now it's Casey. Casey puts it in the left hand, looks for the drive, no, skips it right back to Uding on the right side. Uding, a bouncer to Megan Skaggs, and Megan lost it out of bounds. AV's doing a nice job squeezing that middle. Fishback going to check in. Fishback had a terrific first half. Abby scored 9 and she did it down underneath. She faced up from 14, did a lot of really nice things, and so it'll be 2 6-footers in there now with Fishbeck and Sydney Skaggs. 32-22, still looking for our first second half score. Will Anna Thomas? Yes, ma'am, she will. A three-pointer by Anna Thomas rolls it through. So 32-25 after the three from Anna Thomas. And Sydney Skaggs says, well, we need a score too. So she slides inside. Good power dribble from the right baseline and banks it in. 34-25. AV throws it down the floor, and somebody missed an assignment that time as Kristen Williams received the three-quarter court length pass and laid it in on the easy, uncontested layup. 34-27, AV hanging around here. 4.5 minutes remaining in the third. 34-27. Casey outside of the arc on the left side. Lobs it to Fishbeck. Fishbeck shot blocked from behind by Price. Price hands it off to Buffington. Buffington pushes up into the forecourt. Here's Johnson. Johnson left of the lane. Threw it in the backcourt. And now as soon as it'll be touched by Buffington, it'll be a double back violation. 4 minutes and 11 seconds on this third quarter clock. 34-27 the score. Megan Skaggs checks in for Fishbeck. That was a quick rest from her. Casey going to put it in play. Lobs it. Head of the circle, that's Jones. Casey gets it deep right corner, triple, short. And now a battle for the board. Jones tracks it down. Jones lobs it back over to the right corner. Uding calling for it on the skip pass. Find her there. Now drives to the middle. Stops and works it back out to the front to Jones. Jones coming off the screen from Uding. Floats one up from 15 feet. Missed it. Megan Skaggs squeezes it through to Sydney, who gets the score. Good work by Megan Skaggs, grabbing the rebound and then threading the needle to her sister for the buckets. And Sydney's got 16. Johnson from the right wing. Pulled up from 16 and stuck it home. 36-29, a spin by Megan Skaggs. The shot falls through, but they're going to say the foul came on the floor before the shot. A blocking foul that time on Kristen Williams, her second. Central basketball right of the bucket, along the baseline. Ennis McKenzie Jones to throw it in. Stepping out from the right low block is Megan Skaggs. Megan to the head of the circle. This is Uding. Now Sydney Skaggs, left high post. Back out front to Uding, to the left wing Jones. Jones pounds it on the hardwood. Crosses over once and twice, dribbling into the top of the key. Tries to fire a pass down underneath, deflected back outside. Uding in a loose ball. Uding, skip pass, left wing. Casey, triple in the air. Missed it. Sydney Skaggs dodges in, trying to get the rebound, and they say knocked out by Thomas. So Central will put it in play along the baseline yet again. This time left of the bucket. They'll stretch out all four players along that baseline. A lob to Sydney Skaggs. Thomas tries to rip it off from the backside. Couldn't do it. Sydney wades inside. Misses the shot. And the rebound taken down by Arcadia Valley's Savannah Price. Hands to Buffington. A bouncer to Thomas. Buffington filling the lane now. That was Price on the right low block. Can't get her the ball there. Back out to Buffington. Buffington drives the right baseline. Tapped away, but taken by Thomas. And Thomas fouled by Uding. Second foul on Jensen Uding. Let's thank a few sponsors now that we have a moment. I'd like to thank Cozine Memorial Chapel and Moyer's Muffler and Auto. Moyer's of Park Hills, Cozine of Farmington. SEMO Behavioral Health from Park Hills. And Mineral Area Office Supply, also of Park Hills. 36-29, 7-point edge for Central. AV basketball. Central kicks it out. So on the near side, that's Buffington to put it in play. To Thomas, back to Buffington, and now back to Thomas between the circles. The bouncer to Buffington. Buffington bouncing into the high post. Williams to the right baseline. Price tries the 10-footer, wouldn't go. High for the rebound, Fishbeck. Fishbeck racked from behind by Rebecca Buffington. Buffington thought maybe she'd get away with that, pick it clean, but got rung up for the foul right there. This is only the second team foul whistled on Arcadia Valley. Central has 3 team fouls whistled against them so far in the third quarter. 2 minutes and 20 seconds on this third quarter clock. Fishbeck calling for it. Boy, she was wide. They just never got it to her. And now they do at the free throw line. Turnaround jumper and rattled in and out. So couldn't get it deep in the paint, but got it to her in the high post. She did hit that shot in the first half. Just missed that one. Price tries a jumper from the right low block. Got it over the block of Megan Skaggs, but then the loose ball out to Megan Williams, who hits the 13-footer from the left wing. And 36-31. A minute 45 left in the third quarter. Casey from the left baseline. Rattled that in and out, and Fishbeck goes over the back. Arcadia Valley right in this thing. They've trailed by 12 twice. They just keep playing and chip it in here. Well, the foul actually is listed on player number 13, except that there is no player 13. So up the floor, and here's a layup by Price. She's got 5, and we have a 3-point game. 36-33. How about this number? A pull-up jumper by Jones is an air ball, and AV has it back and a chance to make it a 1-point game, maybe tie this thing up. 30-18 was the score just a little bit before the end of the first half. It's been an 18-3 run here. Or no, it hasn't, not quite. Let me track this. It's been a 15-6 run by this Arcadia Valley team. They give it back to Central, though, on the air ball. 1 minute, 7 seconds remaining in the third. And we've got a one-possession game, 36-33. Casey going to come out in favor of Uting. And Arcadia Valley will bring in Briar Johnson for Savannah Price. Mackenzie Jones in the backcourt. Waits for the inbound pass. And here we go. 65 seconds left, third frame. Left wing Uting. Uting holds the ball out high overhead. Goes to the top of the key to Jordan. Mackenzie Jones for 3. Missed it short. Rebound ripped down by Johnson. Briar turns, fires. Anna Thomas. Thomas up the floor. Ball deflected. Looked like Kristen Williams is going to have a chance at a layup for just a moment. But the ball deflected out of bounds. So 36-33. 3-point game. AV has a chance to get to within 1, maybe tie this baby up. Buffington on the right wing. Here's Williams with it. Megan Williams to Buffington. Buffington slashing in. Stops, fires outside. Megan Williams for the tie. Yes, ma'am! Megan Williams has 11, and we've got a brand new game. 36 all at the 26-second mark of the third quarter. And Sydney Skaggs coming right down the floor and pops one in for 2. She's got 18. We were tied at 36 all, though, at the 26-second mark. Now a quick steal. Megan Skaggs up the floor to Tristan Jordan. A bounce pass down underneath. Tapped out, and Central basketball. 9 seconds remaining in the third. Arcadia Valley is charged back in this thing. An 18-6 run by AV to tie this game at 36. And then another quick hoop by Central. Central shoots one up. That's Sydney Skaggs from the free throw line. 3 seconds to go here in this third quarter. And now the three-pointer out of the hands just a little bit too late. Central goes to the fourth. Up by a deuce. 38-36. Tell you more on the other side of this 1-minute pause on J98.
It's time to dream big during Rutherford's Dream Big event. Hi, this is Doug Jr. During the holiday season, every kid, big or small, likes to dream big. So let's do it at Rutherford. When shopping for the big kids, nothing beats the excitement of a new Ford Mustang. It's the ultimate Hot Wheel for grown-ups. And right now, Rutherford has a new 2013 Ford Mustang from $23,995. Or if you're a sandbox kid like me, get down and dirty with the new 2013 Ford Super Duty 4x4 from $29,995. And there's even more during Rutherford's Dream Big event, especially for big kids who like to have their toy cars roll far, like a 2014 Ford Fusion Hybrid that gets 47 miles per gallon, starting at under 30 grand. It's time for big kids to dream big at Rutherford. I-55 at the Herculaneum Auto Mall exit. Hurry, offer ends January 2nd.
Hey, where you always get a sweet deal. Rutherford, Ruther.com.
Well, it was a 14-6 third quarter for Arcadia Valley. AV Just a fine third quarter. They tied it up at 36 on a three-pointer by Megan Williams. A quick bucket by Sydney Skaggs put Central out front. But we've got a ball game in this championship contest as we're starting the fourth quarter. Rebound off the miss from Central goes to Anna Thomas for Arcadia Valley. And AV has a chance to tie or take the lead here. Arcadia Valley looks high-low this time. The pass intended for Price. And the ball sails out of bounds. Arcadia Valley led 2-0. That was their, and I think they led 3-2. And then that was it. They trailed 9-3, 15-5. They got within 15-13. But they've not been able to tie it up again until they tied it at 36. And they've not been able to lead since they led 3-2. Jensen Uding right of the lane outside of the arc. A lob for Megan Skaggs. Megan caught under the basket but jumps backward to create the angle and punched it in for two. 40-36. A 4-point advantage for Central. Championship game of the Central Christmas Tournament. Here's a bullet pass to the right low block. Johnson outside. That's Thomas for three. And missed it over the top and the back of the backboard. So it'll go back over to Central. Caldwell out. And Casey in. 40-36. Central Lady Rebels over Arcadia Valley. Just barely, though. Here's a drive by Jones. A pull-up from just inside of the free throw line and rattled it in. Mackenzie Jones has 4 points. 2 in the first half, 2 in the second half. And now Anna Thomas comes up the floor. It's a 6-point lead for Central, 42-36. We're a minute and a half in this fourth frame. Price in a double team, right baseline. Fires to Thomas, head of the circle. Thomas to the right wing, Megan Williams. And now a drive by Buffington. Buffington got to the middle of the lane, off the window, then rattled it around and a pop back out. 6:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. 42-36 Central. Lady Rebels with the basketball. Down to the right corner. That's Casey with it. Tried to force a pass in. It was loose and ripped away by Sydney Skaggs. Drive by Jones all the way through. High off the window. Rattled it home. Back-to-back buckets by Mackenzie Jones. And a timeout by Adam Waddell on the Arcadia Valley Tigers. 8-point edge for this Central Lady Rebel crew. 44-36 after yielding an 18-6 run to Arcadia Valley. The next 8 points come from the Lady Rebs. And they're on top 44-36. 6:05 remaining in the fourth. Timeout on the floor. And we're back in 30 seconds right here on J98.
Get to America's Mattress and Recliners in Farmington for the employee pricing event going on now. You pay what they pay all this week on Serta mattress sets. Get great buys on Serta's queen sets from as low as $2.99, or get a perfect sleeper queen mattress for just $2.99. The all-new adjustable base beds by Serta now as little as $5.99. Plus get free delivery, free setup, and free pillows, along with excellent 12-month financing. It's all during the employee pricing sales event going on now at America's Mattress and Recliners on Walmart Drive in Farmington.
Central has a chance to go back on top by double figures here. They lead at 44-36, and the ball kicked out of bounds. Megan Williams touched it last for Arcadia Valley. This ball game was tied at 36 behind a terrific run by Arcadia Valley, an 18-6 push by the Tigers. But then Central comes up with 8 straight points. And they've got the basketball here. They can go up by 10, maybe 11. Jensen Uding has it outside of the arc. Over to the left corner, that's to Casey. Casey steps inside of the arc, skip pass right side. Tristan Jordan wades inside, misses the shot. Backside rebound, Sydney Skaggs puts it in, and she's got another 20-point game. And the margin stretches back out to 10, 46-36. A 10-0 run by Central. 5 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. AV basketball. Well, they're going to have to come up with another big run here if they're going to pull off the upset. Megan Skaggs tapped it out of bounds, tried to save it back in behind her back, and couldn't quite get there in time. Stepped on the sideline in so doing. Let's thank a few sponsors. We'd like to thank Ruther Ford of Herculaneum, Robert Swooten and Zimmer from Hillsboro, Lucas Smith Chrysler of Festus, and America's Mattress and Recliners of Farmington. Here's Anna Thomas for three. Rattled it in. Anna Thomas has her second three of the game. She's got 10 points. The lead is 7. for Central, 46-39. 2-3 zone applied by Central here. High post, that's Fishbeck. Fishbeck looking low to Megan Skaggs. And Megan trips over Arcadia Valley's Kristen Williams. The ball rolls out of bounds, and it goes back to Arcadia Valley. Sydney Skaggs checking in. So you've got Sydney and Megan Skaggs, Olivia Casey, Jensen Uding, and the point guard, Mackenzie Jones, all on the floor for Central. Deep in the right corner, that's Savannah Price for Arcadia Valley. It's Price, Johnson, Buffington, Thomas, and Kristen Williams all on the floor there. It's a 3-on-2 run by Central. Great job by Uding, grabbing the basketball and the pass from Jones, and then her shot blocked by Thomas. Thomas blocked it over to Briar Johnson. 46-39. Thomas hit a 3 2 possessions ago. Another one would make it a 4-point game. Thomas jab step, defender bit, stops over to the left wing. That's to Buffington, sliding inside. Briar Johnson, the runner, off the window. She's got 7. And Arcadia Valley not ready to go home yet. 46-41. It's been a modest 5-0 run by Arcadia Valley. 3:40 remaining in this fourth quarter. Lob down to Casey in the left corner. High post, Megan Skaggs. Megan rolls around from the left to the right side. Couldn't lay it up. But going to the free throw line. That was a nice move by Megan. Whistle goes on. That's Savannah Price, number 3 on her. At the free throw line, Megan Skaggs. 2 chances at the free throw line for her today, and she got them both. 3 chances at the free throw line for her, and she got all 3. Coming up with the 4th chance here. 47-41. 6-point lead for the Lady Rebels. And missed it this time. Rebounds. Kristen Williams jumped high and corralled it. Just a 6-point game. Buffington slashing through, and her shot blocked by Sydney Skaggs. Boy, she drove away from Skaggs that time, and Skaggs, who is right-handed, blocked that with her left hand. Tremendous defensive effort. 3 minutes and 10 seconds on this fourth quarter clock. 47-41. Arcadia Valley playing physical defense now. They're going to have to foul just to put Central at the line, and they're going to have to accumulate 3 more fouls just to do that. Only 3 team fouls on Arcadia Valley. So if that's the strategy they're going to want to employ, they're going to have to build their fouls up just to get there. Now a skip pass and a timeout here by a foul, beg your pardon. So that was a foul against Arcadia Valley. And that whistle goes on Anna Thomas, her 2nd personal. That's only the 4th team foul whistled against Arcadia Valley. Only 4 team fouls, in fact, against each side. Fishbeck checks in for Megan Skaggs. And there comes Peyton Caldwell into the ball game as well, as Uding will get a rest. 47-41. Fishbeck grabs the inbound. Ball stolen away. Johnson has it. Briar driving it left of the lane. And the ball dislodged from her and kicked out of bounds. It's off of Central. 47-41. Largest lead for Central in this game has been 12. But then an 18-6 run by AV tied it up at 36. The next 10 points in the game came from Central. And then a little 5-point push by AV, and AV won't let Central slam the door here. Out of the circle, this is Johnson, tries the triple, left it a little bit long. Good battle for the rebound. It's knocked out of bounds off of Sydney Skaggs. Kristen Williams fought her hard that time.
We say no moral victories quite a bit around here, Chad. No matter what happens in this Arcadia Valley game, I think it's a moral victory for them. They're playing well.
Yeah, well, they'll earn some respect, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Over to the right wing, Johnson just narrowly missed a 3. She's got it on the right wing, sends it high to Thomas. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. Jones taps it away. Thomas dives on the floor to try to scrap for it back and whistled for the foul. That's only the 5th team foul on Arcadia Valley. It's now the 3rd on Thomas. 2 minutes and 18 seconds left in regulation. 47-41. We saw a 17-point lead evaporate in the 3rd place boys game. It was a 12-point margin in this one that went by the wayside, but then Central responded. They scored the next 10 points. Sydney with a great look to Megan high-low. You can't pass any faster than that. And she knew exactly where her sister was as the pass was on the way to the high post and just tapped it right down to little sis in the low post. Now the ball slapped away by Sydney Skaggs, and she's making winning plays. Sydney driving the length of the floor and lays it up and in. The double deuce for Sydney Skaggs. Just has her fingerprints all over this action. 51-41 at the Central Lady Rebels by 10. $1:52 remaining in regulation. And the Central Lady Rebels less than 2 minutes away from the title of the tournament if they can hold on here. We're back in a minute on J98.
With insurance coverage getting more and more complicated, it's comforting knowing that there's someone like Barton Insurance Services for you to rely on. The Barton family has been providing the Mineral area with excellent personal and business insurance plans for over 25 years. Whether you need automobile insurance for yourself or health insurance for your 500 employees, Barton Insurance Services will meet those needs with the best coverage available and the most affordable price. For auto, home, life, and health, personal and business, contact Barton Insurance Services in Farmington.
Get to America's Mattress and Recliners in Farmington for the employee pricing event going on now. You pay what they pay all this week on Serta mattress sets. Get great buys on Serta's queen sets from as low as $2.99, or get a perfect sleeper queen mattress for just $2.99. The all-new adjustable base beds by Serta now as little as $5.99. Plus, get free delivery, free setup, and free pillows, along with excellent 12-month financing. It's all during the employee pricing sales event going on now at America's Mattress and Recliners on Walmart Drive in Farmington.
51-41, New Year's Eve here at the TJ Foulon Fieldhouse. $1:43 remaining in our ball game here as Central extends their defense all the way out to half court, and Adam Odell forced into a quick timeout here. Only a minute and 41 left, and only 5 team fouls against Arcadia Valley. So if they're going to want to foul to get the basketball back, well, they're going to have to do it twice more just to get the Central Lady Rebels to the free throw line. Central looking to go to 10-0 on the season. Arcadia Valley is 6-3 so far in this one. And it'll be Farmington and South Iron coming up next, and that'll be the final game of the tournament, the boys' championship game. Coming up next.
I actually did get to be a fly on the wall in a really cool conversation down in the tunnel. Justin Callahan and Dusty Dinkins were talking to each other.
Yeah.
And they were talking about, some good old days. But the best line came from Coach Callahan. He said, Jordan Ankram's probably not going to go, Coach. And with a straight face, he goes, so, which player are you going to sit out? I would recommend Marcus Hampton.
That's pretty good. Some bargaining going on there. I'll hold out my best if you do, too.
Coach Dinkins didn't want any part of that.
That's good stuff. Here's a bouncer from the right low block to the left low block. Yeah, he wasn't biting.
South Iron.
Dusty said, I may have been born in the nighttime, but it wasn't last night.
I think the Panthers need Marcus Hampton more than maybe Farmington needs Ankrum, apparently, anyway.
Here's a hook shot, middle of the lane, and that was Megan Williams rolling around the defender. And with 1:25 remaining in our contest, AV going to stretch out that defense, guard them all over the floor. A reach twice, and Casey will not go to the line, but the next foul will. Briar Johnson picks up her first personal.
Well, a new champ's going to be crowned in both brackets, both girls and boys.
Last year, of course, the Central boys and the St. James girls winning it over here. Another foul, and now we will have some free throws. Jensen Uding going to step to the free throw line. Jensen's looking for her first point tonight. Uding average of 6 on the year. Jensen hit speaking of St. James, Jensen hit a couple of huge threes against St. James. Central was up 18 in that Potosi championship game. Up 18, and they actually lost the lead. And Uding helped them to gain that lead back with a three-pointer, and she rattles home this free throw here.
And to think this Arcadia Valley team earlier in that tournament got routed by St. James, and here they are playing Central as tough as anybody.
They've been tough-minded tonight. They were down 15-5 and just didn't shake them. Uding misses the free throw, but the rebound taken down by Central, and with 70 seconds left, another quick foul by Megan Williams. You kind of wonder at what point you're down 11 now with 109 remaining in the fourth. And there's got to be a sliding scale somewhere in the world of coaching that says if you're down this many with this much time left, you just don't foul anymore. I've never seen that sliding scale. I'm just surmising that it's out there. I think it's in the hiding place along with the two-point conversion chart.
I think there's actually a chart for that in the NFL.
There is.
I'd like to take a look at it.
Mackenzie Jones misses the front end of the free throw. 52-41, and another turnover by Arcadia Valley. And Adam Waddell just rubs his head off after that one. Look at Josh Mapes. He looks like he's out on a Sunday afternoon stroll.
52-41 score right now.
Yep, whether they're up 30, down 30, 2-point nail-biter, he keeps it the same. Man, seemed like it took her a while to get that in there, didn't it?
Uting finally does play it into Casey. And now they break the timeline with Jones. Less than a minute to go now, 55 seconds left. And Anna Thomas comes out and grabs a hold of Casey. Thomas has her fourth personal. And Casey strides to the free throw line. 1 seed met the 2 seed in this girls bracket. The semifinals had the 5 seed and the 6 seed, so there's a little shake-up there, but not a huge one. Probably the team that outplayed their seed by the most got to be Potosi. The 6 seed took third and really had a nice tournament.
And the girls bracket, that's for sure. Potosi, turned some heads in this tournament.
Free throw goes in from Casey. First one down and second one down. She hit a 3 in the first half, so she's got 5 for the game now, and the lead swells to 13. This is the largest lead of the game, and really not representative of this point in the game. Arcadia Valley using that fouling strategy and backfiring, and that's what happens. But AB played them tough. AB can walk out of this thing with her head held high. The ball turned over, and Megan Skaggs picks it off the ground. Jones in the backcourt. Buffington trying to race to catch up with her. And now it's Uting out near half court. Ball tapped away by Megan Williams, but Megan fouled her. Number 2 on Megan.
I'd say on the boys' side, the Potosi boys and the Perryville boys did a good job of outplaying their seed.
Boy, the Perryville closed the thing in fine fashion.
And they lost their first game, won their next 3, and really dominated the next 3 games. I think they had one close game after losing to Arcadia Valley, maybe. They dominated St. Pius. They dominated St. John. Crystal City actually played them kind of tough.
Yeah, Perryville won that one by 11, and then won over St. John by 19, and then 21-point victory today.
And then Potosi will, finish 6th, I guess. They lost in the 5th place. Or actually, no, they didn't. They didn't make it to the 5th place game, so finished, I guess, 7th or 8th. But Potosi is better than the 9 seed that they got.
I think they are. Their great game was against South Iron, and that gives you a better feeling about them. Even though they lost to West County, you look at what they're capable of against South Iron. And now a foul on Central. Josh Mapes just shakes his head. No, we don't want to do that. 56-41. They want to watch the final seconds tick off of this thing and hoist a trophy is what they want to do. Buffington puts it in play. This is Thomas. Thomas outside of the arc. Knuckleball 3. Missed it. Backside rebound, a stick back won't go. Another block shot for Sydney Skaggs and just stayed tall right there. 15 seconds left. You'd figure they'd let the clock melt off right here. And Arcadia Valley going to come in, close out, and guard and not give up on the thing, but also not going to just foul for fouling's sake. 56-41. Congratulations to the Central Lady Rebels. They were challenged today by an Arcadia Valley team that wasn't going to roll over for them, but they come up with another double-digit victory, 56-41, to claim the championship at the 2013 Central Christmas Tournament. The Lady Rebs now 10-0. Arcadia Valley falling to 6-4.